Okay, cool. We are live. So we're just going to give people a few minutes to jump on, and then Katie and I will get started. So if anyone has any questions to begin with, feel free to type them to one of us or drop them in the comments, and we'd be more than happy to answer them throughout the presentation or after we finish. So we'll just let people hop on in the next few minutes, and then we'll get started. So just hang tight.
For any of you guys who are local listeners, I know there's a bunch of people with power out. So the good news is, though this is a live broadcast, the same link above we'll be able to listen to a little bit later when those of you who have power comes back on. So you won't miss out.
Yeah, that's a good point. We did not have a ton of power loss around here, but I saw there's a pole down behind my house, like a phone pole, and there's a big tree down. So
yeah, up on the North Shore here in Boston area, we got sacked.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's tons of schools closed. A couple of our communities in the area have zero power. So.
Oh my goodness. I guess I didn't realize that. You know, my mom works up there and she didn't have power at work, so I should have picked up on that. Okay. All right. So it is 9:01, so we can get started. So welcome everyone. So we are excited to be here with you tonight, and we are going to give you a little sneak peek into what we do as coaches, how we do it, what coaching is, how we earn income. I'm actually going to share my income with you, kind of a progression over 2 years so you can see what's possible. Katie and I have very different backgrounds, so I think that it's good for us to kind of showcase what it's like to do this. Katie has a fitness background. She's a fitness professional. I'm just someone that, you know, has spent their whole life overweight and found something that worked for me and want to help others. So, you know, definitely there's room for both in this business. And so we're excited to kind of share with you the ins and outs of what we do and how we do it, and also some really good incentives and stuff that's happening for the company over the next few months, and stuff that actually just happened this past week that, you know, it's a great time to jump on board with us. So I'm going to let Katie take it away and sort of introduce herself, and she's going to cover the first half, and then I'll take over for the second half. So Katie, go for it.
All right. Well, guys, we're so excited that you came to join us to learn a little bit more about what it is what we do here. Again, my name is Katie Coffey, and as Jillian mentioned, I have a little bit of a different background than some of the coaches. So for the past 10 years, I have worked for a large fitness industry and wellness institute. I do have some in teaching fitness in the group exercise world, but by no means does that mean that I have got my act together. And to be quite honest, when I started this journey, I was far from inspirational. And I'll dive in a little bit longer about our personal transformations. And so we are here to share with you a little bit about what it is about being a Beachbody coach. So let's boil it down. First and foremost, we are truly excited about our own fitness transformations. That's it. Really, as a Beachbody coach, we have found that the programs that Team Beachbody has created and offers out to the community are things that have worked for us, have worked for our family, and we have seen amazing transformations. You probably have seen infomercials over the past 10 years or so, such as the P90Xs, the 21-Day Fix for Shakeology. These are all products from this amazing company known as Team Beachbody. And what they are doing is really fighting the obesity epidemic throughout North America, and excitingly also now in the UK. So what is it that we actually do? Well, we rep these brands. Basically, we know that these products work. We have used them, we have seen amazing transformation, and we're sharing them with people who ask us, oh my gosh, what happened to you? Like, what have you doing? I can see such amazing transformation. Now, a lot of people have questions to us and they say, well, I have no desire to work out at home. My kids are crawling all over me. The dog doesn't get under me all the time. I prefer working out at a gym and not really out at home workout. Is that okay? And absolutely. As I said before, I have a full-time career at a gym. And so often when I have a 13-hour day, which is very normal for me, I don't have time to come home and get my workout in, but I can squeeze it in at my facility. And so what I do is I just take this program, I stream it on either my phone, my tablet, or my laptop, and I'm able to do them at the fitness center. And what I really strongly recommend for people who do have memberships to their local gym is to see the difference of committing to a full program at their gym. Follow it through and through. Use the gym facility for its childcare. Use the gym facility for their equipment, so you don't have to have it in your own living room. And see what amazing transformations can be beyond picking and choosing classes or sitting on a treadmill. Now, there'll be many other people who love the fact that they can do this workout at home. And there's such a convenience factor to it. Sleep it in for their 30 minutes while their kids are napping. And that is what this program is meant for. Now, a lot of people say, okay, so you share your journey, you tell people what's been going on, but I don't have a huge network of people. I don't think I can do this. And you absolutely can. This is not a industry in which you have to have a huge, what we like to call warm market, people who love you. The reality is most of the people who love you in every day are not going to be the ones who are truly going to join you, because in their mind, that's not something they're going to probably jump on board. And some of our most successful coaches are people who have learned the industry about reaching out to people outside. Yes, like those people in the grocery stores in line behind you. And we will teach you all about that. And later on, we'll share a little bit about how that is not a scary thing, how we can be able to work about sharing our stories throughout this. Now, the question is, what do I not have a beach body, right? Well, let's be honest. I started my journey at 250 pounds. I still have a long way to go. And this body ain't that pretty in a bathing suit, but it's a heck of a lot stronger than it was 2 years ago. And so what I have found is wherever your starting point of your journey is going to be a point that you can connect with somebody who wants to connect with you because they see them in your starting story. And some of our clients who are the best, who have had the most results, and some of our coaches who've had the most success are those who lost 50, 60, 100 pounds or more, because they are real life people showing their journey. And then my last question that often pops up a lot is, I've heard about this all access thing. How can I get it as a new coach? All access was something that released this year that has been a game changer for us. Originally, when we were doing this, most people would just buy one DVD set at a time, so one program. They would use it for 6 to 8 months, and then when they thought they were ready for the next program, they would invest. And what we were seeing is in this industry, we're in a world of streaming. DVDs are slowly, they're starting to leave. They're heading on their way out, and everything now is live feed and streaming. And as a coach, we recommend that you sign on up, and we'll talk a little bit about how to do that. But this all access gives you access to every single program that Team Beachbody has to offer, and it is hundreds of hours worth of fitness programs in the industry to be able to teach you from true beginners all the way up to advanced, long-term, teaching you how to eat correct and being able to do a full program within you. So moving on to our next slide, let's ask a couple more questions that we see. Now, what is it that actually we do? Like I said, we share with each other. This is not a salesy program. This industry is, we look around on Facebook and social media, and everybody's inundated with the new and hot thing. And let me tell you, this is not what Team Beachbody is all about. I am sharing something with you, not a pill that I take, not a wrap that goes around my thighs. It's not a pair of leggings. It's not a purse. It's not a mascara. I'm sharing with you my story. I'm sharing with you how I felt, where this journey has taken me, and where I'm going now. And with that, what is it that we do? We ask friends to join us. We're friends with them. We help them reach their full potential. We show them by using these products what amazing results we can find. And we are products of that product. We hold each other accountable. And the biggest thing that what we do is we run online and virtual challenge groups in which everybody together works and shares. And it's a great way to have accountability, but also the safety of knowing that you're behind closed doors with someone and you're working with a team of people who want to be with them. And the most important, at least in my opinion, we also get 25% off on all of these products. And these products are already at an amazing price. If you take a look at an average gym membership, like I said, this is my industry, the cost of what it costs to be monthly versus a family membership and having a full year, compared to some of the programs that you can do right into your in your living room and your backyard on nice days. I'm telling you, there's so much value to it. So let's just take a quick look at some of the pictures of where Jillian and I have come from. As I said before, there we are. I started at 250 pounds. And when I met Jillian, we randomly met through each other through a random connection. She and I were not friends prior to this. I had maxed out. I had reached a all-time high. And that was not for not a high time, but an all-time high in my own weight. But reality is, in my soul, it was an all-time low. And Jillian was able to kind of introduce me to this world of what Team Beachbody was all about. I fell in love with the product of Shakeology. I saw that it started slowly healing my polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, that most women struggle with. I was starting to actually lose weight. And after 30 years of struggling with dealing with overweight, seeing results, and this wasn't something that was just disappearing. As you can see, and Jillian will share a little bit more about her story, she has had some amazing transformations herself. And guys, this is by simply following the meal plan, simply making sure that we're drinking nutritionally our shakes, and from there, pressing play and following exactly what it is, 30 minutes a day. And these have been some amazing transformations for us. Now, a lot of people say, well, why is it that I want to do this? There's a lot of why behind being a coach. As a coach, we have some inspiration that will often feed why we do this, why every day we continue to strive in our own fitness, and why we notice that this opportunity of actually coaching others really can be a financial saver. For me, right now, I'm the only income in my family. My husband lost his job about 6 months ago, and we as a family decided that he needed to relaunch himself and go in a new career direction. And that's super scary, because to go into a new career, it means we're starting over again. And let me tell you, the weekly paycheck that I've been able to bring home from Team Beachbody has been a lifesaver. On weeks that we are living paycheck to paycheck, on every Thursday when I get that check, not only do I smile because I know that it was because people are having their lives transformed and they're seeing their bodies change, but for me, it's been changing our lives, as I know that I'm going to continue to be provided for, and that I have that plan B to be able to provide for our family in this time of a very interesting transition and kind of a crisis in our mind. But for other people, is it more of having a work balance lifestyle? Do they have children, and do they want to be able to be a stay-home mom but still be able to provide for their family? Do you have this major amount of debt that continues to drive you and you're thinking, if I could just pay that off, what could this coaching thing bring to you? And so what we do as coaches is we recommend that you find what fuels that passion. And once you realize what that is, you hold on to it tight. And that in and itself, as well as inspiring others, is going to bring you to the point of being able to achieve your goals when you bring hard work to the table. Now, once you do sign up as a coach and you work with us, there's an exciting thing, and it's called Team Beachbody. This is not one of those things you sign up, you get thrown into this random group, and then you're on your own figuring it out. Nope. There's no pressure and there's no risk to join this. We have a lot of people, and we'll explain this a little bit later, who sign up for simply just the discount. But there are a lot of people who say, I don't have a warm market. I don't know that many people, but my why is powerful. I need this to work for my family. I'm a stay-home mom. I'm a dad who's been laid off. I am somebody who's straight out of college and have $100,000 in debt. What can I do? And we say, great, come join the team, because guess what? We are there together. When you do well, everybody else in the team does well. When the team does well, you do well. And what happens is we truly share everything. We don't want you to recreate the wheel. We want you to be successful. And in this process, we will sit and we will brainstorm working, things are not working. We want to see that you are successful in this business. We want to see that you are doing phenomenally. But through that community, you're going to start making friends. Right now, I have 2 to 3 different friends who are my accountability partners in this business. And we talk all the time. We touch base with each other. And there are things that we're going through right now that are hard, that are very painful. And yet together as a team, through our friendship, we've helped each other through, and we don't allow each other to give up. Also, this team is about unity. There's a lot of different incentives that we get that are some fun prizes. We have trips, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But the one-on-one support is kind of the key. We have people who are here with you, and they do not want you to fail. So from here, Jillian's going to take a little bit more deeper look into what it is that we do.
Awesome. Thank you, Katie. So I'm super excited to chat with you guys tonight. So my story is a little bit different from Katie's. I have no fitness professional background. I was a girl that was a serial yo-yo dieter. I am a recovering binge eater. I was a diet pill addict. I grew up overweight my entire life, and when I graduated from high school, I decided I was going to make a change, and that's when I started to make those changes that became those quick fixes and those diet pills, and I never actually lost the weight long term, because the reality is that that stuff doesn't work long term. Sure, will you lose weight, taking diet pills or wrapping yourself in cellophane or not eating carbs for 90 days? Yes, absolutely. But will you keep it off long term? I didn't. For 10 years, I didn't. Over 10 years. So I'm someone that's really struggled. And when I found Beachbody, I was at an all-time low. I came in as a customer first, just like Katie. I had tried a cleanse, a 24-day cleanse that I messed up my digestive system, and I had gained 6 pounds. Kind of had the opposite effect it was supposed to. And I was at an all-time low. Same thing. I was desperate to try anything. And so when this came along, I was like, well, this seems like hard work. And I've really never worked hard because I've always done this quick fix stuff. And the funny thing is, this hard work really works. I will tell you that Katie had mentioned I have had a few transformations, and I think that's definitely true. I had that overall big transformation you saw about a year ago. I had a horrible accident. I was crossing a crosswalk with my dog before work, just walking her, and I was hit full speed by a car. I had emergency brain surgery to save my life. I shattered my pelvis, my face, my sacrum, and my sternum. And there was question on if I would survive. And then when I did survive, there was question on if I would ever walk again. And I walk, I talk, I run, I have no pain left in my pelvis. And I will tell you that I credit a lot of my survival and recovery, or all of my survival and recovery, to being in good shape. So I know the impact that good nutrition and fitness can have on you beyond being in your skinny jeans. And I had to come back and battle back from that, have a transformation there. And 4 months after my accident, I got pregnant by some grace of God, I'll say. I have no idea how that happened. I crushed my pelvis into my uterus. They did not think that was ever going to happen for me. And I had previously suffered from miscarriage and infertility before my accident. And I just gave birth 5 weeks ago today. And so now I'm on transformation number 3. And I'm excited about it, and I'm hopeful. And what's awesome about it is I know I have the tools to get me to where I want to be. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. I gave you guys, I think, a good amount of detail, but my point is we all have different stories. We all have different whys. Like Katie, I work full time, so I do this on the side. So I'm going to go right into sort of our income and how we earn, and I'm going to share my income with you. So how do we earn money? So like I said, we both work full time. Some people do this full time, just this. Some people work. It's totally what you want to do. What's really nice about this opportunity is that we have no minimums. There are some companies where you have to sell a certain amount in order to be paid, or you have to buy a certain amount in order to be paid. You always get retail commission, no matter what. Whether you buy or sell or whatever, you always get retail commission. We get a minimum 25% commission, up to about 40% commission, depending on what it is that you sell. We get a 25% discount on everything that we purchase, and your income is a direct reflection of how many people you help. So the more people that you connect with our products and our fitness programs, the more income you make. So if you're helping them, you're making income. It's really an easy thing to understand. If you decide to grow a team, you can start bonusing money, which really helps you grow your income faster, but once again, not a requirement. We don't have to stock products. We don't have to meet quotas, and there's really no pressure. The truth is, a lot of people join us just for the discount. That is why I started. I was what they call, quote unquote, a discount coach for a month before I decided to kind of go into the business and work it, for the reason that Katie described, which is people started to say to me, wow, you look really great. What are you doing? And I was like, oh, okay, well, this is what I'm doing. And they were like, well, how do I do it too? And I'm like, wow, there's really an opportunity here. So even if you just come in for the discount, you always have the opportunity to help as many people as you like, which is super awesome, without any pressure to do a certain amount more or a certain amount. Like, you don't have to worry about that stuff with this opportunity, which is really great, the no pressure part. So I'm going to share my income with you. Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody Coach opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. And if you want to see like the breakdown of earnings, you can check out the independent coach earnings. So these are my monthly earnings. I think my first month, my mother purchased something from me because she felt bad for me. And then up to month 24, this is 2 years. So I would say it took me about 2 years to get to what I would consider full-time income level, even though I wasn't working this business and have never worked this business full-time. I've always worked it part-time in my own time. And Katie talked a little bit about our trainings, but a lot of our trainings are focused on people that do work full-time, on this team especially, because so many of us do work. So we understand those constraints. We understand how to work this business in a couple hours a day and still be very successful at it. So I think that that's really important. If you're worried about time constraints, all of us really understand that, because all of us, are parents or work or both in my case. So we hear from a lot of people like, oh, we hear this is a pyramid scheme. We hear this is a scam. We hear that you have to sell or buy a certain amount. And we are here to tell you that that is not the case. Like I said, we carry no inventory. We have no minimums. Pyramid schemes are illegal. They are not allowed. So this could not be a pyramid scheme. But also, what's really important to note about this opportunity is that you can always outrank or out-earn the person that brings you into this business. There's nothing that they're doing that would hold you back. So that's super important. And what's really awesome about this business is that, yes, as your team grows, you're helping the person that brought you into this business. But on this team, as our team grows, we can actually help you. So if you join with Katie or I, we make sure to place you in a spot in our organization that as our teams grow, you will actually benefit from that as much as we benefit from you if your teams grow. It's a reciprocal relationship, which is something I definitely didn't realize coming into this business. I thought, oh, like my coach brought me in, she'll benefit from me. But the truth is you want to join a growing team that's going to make sure that you get what they call this trickle down volume, which is this that means that you're going to get coaches placed in your organization that you didn't bring into the business, that someone else on the team brought into the business, which is super awesome. And another kind of reason that this isn't a pyramid scheme, because that's just not how it's laid out. You'll see on the left is what our Beachbody, structure looks like. And on the right is a corporate structure, which looks much more pyramid-y, to be honest. So I think that's really important to note, that it benefits, your coach, what you do, but what your coach does also benefits you. It's a two-way street. So make sure you chat with whoever invited you to this call about that to sort of understand it more in depth. So you are your own boss. No one is telling you what to do, what not to do. Like I said, you don't have to do anything. You can do a lot. So you can come in and think to yourself, I'm going to start as a discount coach, and you could eventually be a full-time life changer. I feel like I'm a full-time life changer now, even though I don't work this business full-time. And at any time you can move between these. So you can come in and say, I really want to work this business, and then say, you know what? I don't really have the time. I'm just going to take my discount, enjoy my Shakeology, and move on, right? Or whatever products you're using, Daily Sunshine or our performance line, whatever works for you. Or you could be somewhere in between, hey, I just want to make, $300 extra a month to pay my car payment, something like that. That could be something that you work with your coach on also. It's your choice what you want to do with this, and it's not a decision you have to make or write down. It's just something to keep in mind as you join onto our team. So we're going to talk about how you even get started. So there are two ways to get started. One, you can pay a $40 fee and sign up as a coach. If you are a military spouse, or a military vet, that fee is waived. The other way that fee is waived is if you purchase a challenge pack. And a challenge pack is our performance line, or Daily Sunshine, or Shakeology, plus a DVD program, or the All Access pack that Katie talked about. So the All Access pack is every program that Beachbody has ever launched. Plus, as new releases come out, you get them for free on any internet-enabled device. So on Roku, Apple TV, your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop, any of those devices, you can access all of these programs. And for October and November, this pack used to be $199. So you'd get them on the Shakeology or the Performance line, or Daily Sunshine starting Wednesday. You can get that pack. Plus our Portion Fix eating system, plus a year of All Access on demand. For $199, it is on sale for $160, which is an insane deal. And it's free to coach with that. So there's no additional fees to become a coach with that. That's just how you would sign up. So as new programs roll out, they just get added to your library and you can click on them. We have a new program rolling out November 1st. It's a couples workout program, or I should say a partner workout program. It doesn't need to be couples, by Tony Horton, who did P90X, the P90X guy. And we have another new program called 80 Day Obsession, launching mid-January by Autumn Calabrese, who's the 21-day fix lady. And that's going to be a more intense program, but all this stuff is free. So like Katie said, previously you'd have to go purchase new stuff, and you don't anymore. You can still, if you prefer DVDs, you can still definitely get a DVD pack. Those range from $140 to $180, which is why at the $160 price point, we definitely recommend on demand, because it is the best bang for your buck, because you don't have to go buy anything else. Which is great. And then as soon as you sign up as a coach, you get your discount of 25% that minute going forward. So anything else you want to order, you get 25% off. The only minimum we have is a $15 a month business service fee. And if you are a discount coach, you can just think of this as like a membership fee. You still save about $20 a month if you order just Shakeology. So it's media promotion and brand awareness. It's all your websites. They give you 3 free websites. It's your online office. It's your warehousing, which is huge, right? We don't have to keep stuff on hand and ship it out. We don't have to pre-buy stuff and send it out. They take care of all that for us. The customer service, the technical support, marketing, communications, and all of our training. The other really cool thing it covers is credit card transaction fees, which as a business owner, you normally have to pay like 3% to run a credit card. We don't pay that. Beachbody pays that, and it's covered in our $15 a month fee. Those 3% add up super fast. So that's really, really helpful for us. So that is how you would get started. And this week, anyone that joins us is entered to win a 10-pack of our brand new smoothie Daily Sunshines. You'll get a combination of chocolate and banana strawberry. Those are our two flavors right now. And Daily Sunshine is a meal for kids, so like a kind of like a healthy instant breakfast. It's pediatrician approved. It counts as a full serving of fruits and veggies. If you're an adult, it's more like a snack. So like a mid-afternoon snack, something like that, instead of grabbing that bag of chips. And it's really easy to make. So Shakeology, we like to blend and kind of fancy it up. The Daily Sunshine is so kids can do it alone. So they just shake it with ice and water. I'm going to be honest, it's definitely one of my afternoon go-tos right now. So I'm excited to kind of be able to offer this fun pack. So if you join us this week, so today through Sunday, you'll be entered to win that, which is about a $50 value, which is great. So I will see if we have any questions. I'll let Katie, do you have any questions that you have coming in that you want to answer?
Yes, a question popped up, basically asking, it was a longer question, but basically asking that they have some physical limitations due to a potential surgery, and what are our thoughts about if you can still coach during rehab? And I think that that's actually a really great question for both of us. So personally, about a year ago, I somehow managed to hurt my shoulder. And I found out that I needed to do a fix on my labrum and needed surgery for it. And I would be out of commission as a fitness instructor for about 3 months. Now, if you're in the fitness industry, that's a big loss financially of 3 months of not being able to teach. But so prior to that, my surgery, I ended up doing a fitness lifting program called Hammer and Chisel. And while doing that particular program, I just modified certain movements and used exceptionally low weights on that one particular side. Had my surgery, and following my surgery, my physical therapist said he had never seen a bounce back physical transformation that he had in my 6 weeks following surgery. And he said that whatever program that I was doing, because I had told him about what I was doing and what he called was prehab, was probably one of the best things I could have done. And so for those who have surgeries or some who have certain things, modifications are really, really important. Every program that is offered, they will show you how to modify, how to be able to do it safely so that there are different parts of your body. And I'm pretty sure Jillian can share us a little bit about unifying workouts on post-surgery.
Yeah. So I was, after my accident that I told you guys briefly about, I was in a wheelchair for over 2 months. I wasn't actually even allowed to stand up. I was allowed to pivot off my left foot in and out of the wheelchair to go to the bathroom or get in bed or something. And it was 2 months of that. And I did what I could from a wheelchair. I did a lot of upper body stuff. I bought this little, it was like basically pedals to a bicycle that I put on the floor so I could like quote unquote work my lower body just to like get my legs moving. I will tell you though, after not standing for 2.5 months, I lost all of my abs and my butt was completely flat. You don't realize like how many muscles you use in your lower body just to like stand up, and how I had like, they call it, I think, muscle atrophy, where like if you don't use them, they kind of go away. So, but I was able to bounce back really fast, actually. And I had the same experience Katie did, which was like, people were like in awe, like, how the heck did you bounce back so fast? And I really do credit it to being in good shape before, being in good health before. And while I looked flabby, I would say, when I was going through recovery, because I wasn't able to work my lower body at all. I was, I was not like gaining weight because I knew how to really eat healthy, which helps your energy, which helps your recovery. So I had some of my best months in my business because people were like, well, if that girl can do it from a wheelchair, I can certainly do something for myself, right? So that's what it's really about, just being an inspiration and really showing people that, no matter what shape you're starting in, you can do this. No matter, it doesn't matter. We all have to start somewhere, but if you never start, you're never going to see any results. Autumn always says in the videos, if you want something you never have, you have to do something you've never done. And that's really what it comes down to. I spent 10 years of not having anything other than quick fix results. And I had to do something I had never done, which is actually start working out and eating healthy in order to get these long-term results. And I can tell you, while I've never looked better, I've also never felt better. Energy-wise, it affects, happiness-wise, it affects your whole life to feel good about yourself. And to eat well. Like, I can tell when I don't eat well, I have no energy. My digestion's all messed up. So, yeah, it's definitely one of the best decisions I've made, with the exception of possibly marrying my husband and having a child. So I'll put him a step above that, right, Katie?
Right, just a little bit.
Yeah. So, but it's definitely been totally life-changing for me. And I've met some amazing people. Katie is one of them. Like she said, we weren't friends before. But I look forward to seeing her every time we can get together. We are within like an hour of each other, 45 minutes. So, but we have teammates as far as the UK now, as of last week. Katie mentioned we started across the pond. So we're in the USA and Canada, and we started across the pond, which is why it's a great time to get started with us, because that is like a founding coach opportunity for people getting started over there. And it's also a great opportunity for you to get in there early. The other thing that's nice about this time of year is you can get all your training done, start on your fitness journey, and then, kind of start slow in November, December. And then January comes and we can't even keep up with our inboxes because everyone is on the New Year's resolution kick. So don't wait until January to get started, because you're going to miss all those people if you don't get started now and you don't get trained now and get ready to kind of rock it in January. So that would be my suggestion. Kate, I don't remember what month you started.
I started, let's see, July as a discount, and then kind of jumped into the saddle as a full coach in about September, and then by January is when things started picking up. So just as you said, trained, figured out all of the mistakes that I could make, and then that winter, January, February, March, was really when it went from a hobby to, oh, I could do something with this. So
yeah, I started in May for the discount, and then like June into July I started working. But I definitely think people miss out when they wait until when they're thinking about it in November, October, and then they wait until January, because it's just really, if you start talking about it now, you're going to be in people's heads when they're ready in January. But if you start in January, they've already kind of thought about what they're going to be doing starting January, because that's when they're ready. So is there any other questions that you have, Katie?
I don't see anything for this one. We'll actually, I might have another webinar later I have some questions on people who are fitness professionals. I'll do a 30-second synopsis on that. I probably will do this in a different webinar, explaining the benefits of if you are a fitness professional, but I do want to emphasize that you do not have to have a fitness background to do this. And I don't want to be any form of deceiving. Jillian is far more successful at this business than I am, exponentially more successful, and she does not have the industry background. And so that is a picture proof that she is just consistent and shares her story. But those of you who are, that do have a fitness background, I definitely call this as my insurance sometimes. Like I said, if you have an injury and you can't teach, what's your backup income going to be? And when you are teaching in the fitness industry, you have a natural clientele who follow you on social media. You'll have a natural group that follow you to your classes. You will interact with members. You will interact with different clubs. And people ask me all the time, what's that yellow thing in your bottle? What are you drinking when you're teaching this class? Or what is that brown thing you did after class? And it's a natural talking point. And though when I'm in my club, I don't promote it because you don't want to cross borders, shall we say. There's tons of people who come to me and ask me, and I can always answer questions and when I connect with them outside of the fitness center. So I'd be happy to ask or answer more details about that for the fitness professionals. But again, you don't have to have the background here. These guys are the leading company in health and fitness industry. They are the true professionals. They know what they're doing. There is science behind each of their programs. And let them do the hard work. We just smile and show how amazing it is.
Yeah, so if you're like me and you were one of those girls going the wrong way in step class in the 90s and you have no idea what you're doing, don't feel like you can't do this because, you know, Katie, like she said, she's a fitness professional. I actually got certified to teach PiYo, which is one of our programs. I will never teach, I don't think, but it was a really good experience for me to understand like how hard it is to teach a class, because it's hard to take one. It's really hard to teach one. But there are opportunities like that for people like me that don't know what they're doing and just want to, like, you know, experience what it's like to get certified in something. So I think that's really great. And I think that, you know, it can really kind of expand your horizon, but you don't have to feel like that's a must for you. Same with nutrition. We have many people that are super successful that are nutritionists, but I don't have a nutrition background. And I've just learned as I've gone. So if you're willing to learn and you're open, I bet you will see big success in this business. A lot of success is mindset and thinking that you can do this, because if you think you can, you probably can. Right? If you think you can, think you can't, you're right. So that's the way I feel about this. I've always never thought that I couldn't, and so I just went for it.
I would give you fair warning, though. Once you dive into this, you will be inspired to learn more.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a real game changer for me. And for me personally, I truly believe that being fit saved my life, and I have that obligation to pay it forward. So.
Well, that's all the questions I have on my end. Do you have anything else on your end?
I am good tonight. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to whoever invited you to this webinar. And if you join us this week, you'll automatically be entered. You don't have to worry about like letting someone know. We will know. And we will be giving away the Daily Sunshine pack. Yeah, so that's it. So we will chat with you guys later.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.
Bye.